photographer, video editor, and gamer. I am educating people on the need that they need to know about Best Buy. Best Buy is a company that has supplied computers, electronics, cameras, anything you name it specifically, okay? So I want to go ahead and live this because I recorded a long video and I was like, you know what, forget about it. I'm just gonna live it so I don't have to upload it and go through the process of, trying to do everything and repeat what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue the stream right now to tell you guys my story on the Best Buy warranty and why you guys should stay away from it, because it is a complete scam and it is a lie to everybody who's anybody at all. So I had bought this Canon R6 from Best Buy. This was around in 2021. I had bought it because I wanted to start doing video. I wanted to start doing photography more, and I liked that. And I had other cameras before. My previous Canon camera was a 6D that got stolen, and then I had a Rebel before then, but I wanted to upgrade. So I was in something, I wanted an upgrade, so I switched to a R6 camera at the time. Now, when I had switched to the R6 camera, I had bought it from Best Buy, and I had also bought a computer. And I will talk to you guys about both of these situations because they have a lot of, issues and problems surrounding it, and it's just, really weird. So I had went to Best Buy, recently because my camera had, I was recording a documentary. What's up, Remy? I was recording a documentary. And when I was recording that documentary, my camera, due to, winds in the desert, my camera got knocked down and it hit the front of the camera, right? And anybody watching this stream, I really want you guys to hear this out because this is very crazy what I'm about to tell you. It's 100% truthful and 100% factual, and I'm just going to expose Best Buy because they don't deserve to be in business after this. This pisses me off. Anyways, I went to go ahead and get this camera, and I was, I had my video camera tripod up, and for whatever reason, due to the wind speeds, it knocks over and hits the ground. When it knocks over and hits the ground, I open up my lens, and I notice that there's a few scratches on my, on my lens, and I noticed that there's also damage to my lens on the camera specifically. Whether, that being was dirt in the lens and scratches. So I'm like an hour away from civilization because the Salton Sea, there's no stores there. It's an old resort from the 50s, and I'd have to drive an hour out of my way to go get a lens or to possibly be covered under warranty. I called Best Buy and I asked them, hey, can I drive down there and you guys could give me a replacement? They say, no, we'd have to send it out. So I go to Best Buy and I talk to the people there and I said, hey, I'm doing a documentary. I explained my situation. The camera blew over because there was a dust storm and the camera got caught in the dust storm and it blew it over. They told me that they would have to send it out for repair. At that point, I was extremely frustrated because I was like, why do I have to send out my camera for repair when you guys could just give me a lens or give me anything for that matter? So I proceed to, be a little bit upset, but I understand. And then I buy a 50 millimeter from the store. After I bought the 50 millimeter from the store that day, I decided to go back, film the rest of the documentary, wrap it up and be done, and head back to my hometown, which is San Diego. I go back to San Diego, and once I get back to San Diego, I get my camera out, and I was like, you know what? I need to take it in. It's under warranty. So I go to my same location. I explain the situation, I go to my store. I explain the situation. Once I explain the situation to the Best Buy employee, he tells me that the only way that they could possibly do it is to send it out. At that point, I was like, okay, can you guys just send the lens out? They said, no, we have to send the body and the lens out because you had bought them together. So I say, okay. I go ahead and send out the lens and the camera, and they say that it will take an estimate of 4 to 8 weeks, some period between that. So I go ahead and I send the camera out, and they tell me that, that it'll be updated and they'll let you know what's going to go on and whatnot. Fast forward till today, I get my camera back from the repair shop, or from their repair shop or whatever. I go in there and and I showed them that, hey, UPS has delivered my package, and they said, well, have you gotten a confirmation it's ready for pickup? And then I literally look at the guy for a second, and I want to say something like, dude, this is my camera. I have the right to pick it up. This is my property. You guys sent it out to a service repair so I can get it back. I was extremely frustrated because I was like, I know they're going to do something stupid. And to my instinct, they were correct, or I was correct. So I asked him, I said, hey, you know what, man? It says ready for pickup for UPS. Can I just get the package? He's like, sure. He goes back, he grabs it, he comes out, it's in a box. I open the box up and I get the camera. One thing I noticed when I get the camera, it's clean. I'm like, oh, well, they fixed it. He had told me, and the Best Buy employee on the phone had told me that they fixed the scratches, they fixed the dirt in the lens, and it's all repaired. To my knowledge, when I open up the camera, it's completely clean, so I look at the lens. And when I look at the lens, I find, and this is probably not viewable to the normal eye, so I'm not even going to show this on camera because it doesn't really matter. It's more of I'm saying the truth because I know the truth. There is and I've already tried to detect it on camera. There's no way for me to detect it on camera. To my surprise, there was still scratches on the lens, and there was still dirt in the lens. At that point, I was extremely frustrated and upset. And I told the Best Buy employee, I said, why are you guys trying to say that you guys repaired it when you didn't? Almost makes me believe that they took my camera and used it for a photo shoot and just gave it back and didn't even repair the damn thing. So I was extremely upset. Now, at that point of time, what I do is I say, well, is there anything else I can do? Because I sent out it and you guys were supposed to repair it. He had told me, he had said, dude, if the scratches and the dirt doesn't affect the quality of the image, we will not repair the device. At that point, I got extremely mad. I was like, you guys won't repair the device that I had sent in? I was like, what's going on? So I take out, and I show him the lens, and he's like, it's, he just sits there, and then I say, I'm gonna need a corporate number. I'm extremely upset with my, service, and I don't deserve to be treated like this. I go and to, get their corporate number, and I call them, and I say, hey, my name's Grant, my camera's broken, this and that, and it's not working right? And, in terms of scratches on the lens and dirt in the lens, they had told me, they had said, you know what? We're sorry to hear that. I'd be frustrated if I'm in your situation. Yeah, I've heard it all, whatever. They say, we're going to see out some options, but in order for us to see out some options, I'm going to have to connect you with Geek Squad. So I get on the phone with Geek Squad, and I talk to them. I say, hey, listen, I already sent out my camera for repair, and there's still scratches and dirt in the lens, even though it was in the service, description that those were the two main things that I was focused on getting out, the scratches and the dirt. The scratches, you have to replace the lens of in the front of the camera. You have to replace that specific thing to get the scratches off. Either that or they replace the whole lens. I'm not sure which the situation, whatever they do to repair it, right? They didn't do that. They had told me, they had said, we're sorry that that you're experienced that. Let me look in some options that might be feasible for your circumstance. He looked in some options, and he told me, he said, the only thing that I can do is provide you with a number, and you can go into the store and you can explain your situation, and maybe they were able to help you out. I can try to see if I can, compensate you anyway. They didn't compensate me whatsoever. I was extremely frustrated. I was like, you guys haven't compensated me for anything at all. Nothing. So I was extremely mad. I was extremely frustrated. I was like, okay, whatever. You know what? Fine. I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, have a good rest of your day. I hang up the phone, and then I go to another Best Buy location, and I give them the number that the guy had told me, and I explained the situation, that they didn't help. They sent out my camera for repair, and it didn't even get repaired, besides maybe cleaning the outside of it a bit. Anyways, fast forward, I get, I go to the store, I tell them the situation, and they had let me know, they had said, hey, the only thing I can do is send out the camera again. And I know the guy was being honest because he tried to, repair, he tried to kind of get me a lens replacement. He tried to do all these other things. He tried to compensate me. He couldn't do any of it. His computer wasn't allowing him to do that. At that point, he contacted his manager. His manager said the only way then again would be to send out the device. So at that point, I was like, you know what, man, I understand it isn't your fault. It's Best Buy's fault in the way that they, go through their company, through their warranties. So I got, I was like, okay, that's kind of messed up. So I left with nothing. And I was extremely upset, and I was like, you know what? Here I am with a camera that has a scratch and that has dirt inside the lens when you guys said that you guys would do the right thing and repair the camera because it was damaged and I had bought in warranty. To my surprise, the warranty is not, oh, if any questions at all or anything happens, we'll replace it, no questions asked. That is a complete lie. So if any Best Buy employee tells you that, they're lying to themselves, they're lying to the company, and they're also lying in general. And it's totally wrong for this circumstances. I'm trying to educate people so that they stay away from Best Buy warranty. I'm not saying to not buy from Best Buy. I'm saying to stay away from their warranty. If you want to buy from Best Buy, make sure you can buy through manufacturer, or make sure you don't buy through them at all and go through Costco. Because Costco's experience with me is my parents had a TV for 10 years and it broke, right? Or it broke on itself. They said, hey, my TV's, no longer working. They said, oh, we'll give you a new one. 10 years later, they gave them a whole new one, even though it was out of warranty. That's how much Costco cares and is loyal to their customers. I mean, you can even go as far as returning food and like half-eaten food and they'll return it to you, dude. I watched a crazy YouTube video on a long time ago. This is not even the point. So I go ahead and I have a camera, or not a camera, I have a computer, a PC that I had bought through them that had warranty. And this leads me to my next thing. I had bought the PC through Best Buy and I bought it through their warranty, and I was like, okay, if anything goes wrong, I can easily take it back to them and at least I have people to talk to. Fast forward a little bit later, I receive the PC and I, plug it in. I start gaming on. It's perfect. I check the temperatures out because I'm a little bit concerned from time to time to make sure that the temperatures are, fine. And to my surprise, they were not fine. They were like reaching 170 in max a game, which was a little bit higher than my preference and my liking. And that's not too big of a problem, but I was like, I want low temps. I am running a 3080 gaming PC. I want low temps. So I take it back into the repair shop and I have them give me a new AO cooler and install it. I go ahead and install it and I walk out of the store and I get home and I plug it in and I turn it on. As soon as I turn it on, I hear a loud, like a big blowing noise, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I boot up the computer and I go into MSI and it's reaching around 200 Fahrenheit. And I'm like, what the heck? Why is it reaching 200 degrees Fahrenheit? That's wrong. I'm not sure how to convert into Celsius because I don't use Celsius. So for people, all these gamer nerds out there, I don't do that. I just go by Fahrenheit because that's our metric system in the United States. It shouldn't be Celsius, it should be Fahrenheit. So I get extremely mad. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I go to Best Buy. I wanted to go to the Best Buy that I had recently got it from, but unfortunately, they were all, sold out, or not sold out, but completely booked of appointments that day. So I was like, oh, crap. I take it to another Best Buy location, and when I take it to their location, they had mentioned to me the fact that they had, not wanted to go ahead and, repair it, and they said that they charged me $150 and that it was Best Buy, the specific location's fault. And I said, well, I have warranty. I want to speak to your manager. The manager told me the same thing. So I was extremely upset and mad, frustrated. I walked out there. I was looking, and for whatever instant, it's a godsend. I get an appointment at that specific location again because I checked my phone. Maybe somebody canceled. So I walk back in there, and I tell them my situation, and the guy who actually installed it was there, and he's like, oh, I thought I installed it properly, this and that. Oh, my gosh, let me take care of it. So they were not supposed to do that because that was a complete lie. I told the another Best Buy employee over there that another location was doing that. They said they'd look into it. Anyways, they fix my PC, and they tell me it's the thermal paste. They give it back to me. It works for a few months. A few months later, I start having the same issue where it's overheating to 200 Fahrenheit. So I take the PC back into Best Buy, and I tell them, hey, the PC is still having issues. It's reaching 200 Fahrenheit. What do I do? And they tell me, well, what you need to do is give it to us back and we can repair it. So I go ahead and, I give them it repaired, and they tell me it's a thermal paste. They replace it once again. Cool, it's repaired for another 3 or 4 months. Then it fails again. I take it back in there. Now, the second time, they usually say, if you do something over and over again, expecting the same result or expecting a different result when it's the same, you're insane. And for me, that was the case because I didn't know any better. So I took the PC back in, and I was trusting them. And I was like, whatever, I'll give it another chance. They say it's the thermal paste again. They give it back to me. Another 3 or 4 months goes on. The same thing happens again. So I take it to another Best Buy location, and I explained them the situation. They said the only thing they could do is change out the thermal paste or look at it. And I was like, it's not the thermal paste. It's been 3 or 4 times, and there's, it's the same thing. What is it? And I said, is it the case or is it the cooler? Because the case didn't have a lot of airflow at the time, and the cooler, there was a lot of bad reviews about the cooler. So he was like, it could be either one, man. I'm not sure how to diagnose it for you, though I wouldn't know. And I was like, aren't you guys the Geek Squad? You guys are supposed to be able to tell me what's wrong with my computer. So I take the computer back, and, it's sitting there for a whole year. Because at this point, I'm like, there's no point in even doing it. I'm done. And I gave up on them, and I'm like, what am I going to do now? Year goes on. I take the computer to my friend's house, and he tells me that it was a setting I changed, and that, it was a silent noise you shouldn't have on your PC, especially when you're doing, especially for me, I don't really game on my PC. I edit more. So I do editing, video editing in Adobe Premiere Pro for my PC. So that's completely different now. So it's, essential for me to have, a proper cooling for my device. He tells me it's that. It fixes for a few weeks, and then the same issue occurs. And I get extremely upset. My friend had bought, or taken his PC into a place that I took it 2 weeks after his because he had a good experience. And I say to myself, you know what, I'm going to take it down to the repair shop. I call them and I ask them, hey, I've been having this problem. And they say that a lot of the times AO coolers do fail. So I took it down to the repair shop. They repaired my PC. No problem, no questions asked. They fixed it. They gave me a 30-day standalone warranty with the PC specifically. I had bought, or I had gotten the PC back. Everything was working. They said the reason why is AO coolers fail a lot and air coolers are a lot better than AO coolers because AO coolers, liquid, isn't the best cooling solution for products because it fails a lot. So anyways, they had told me what they did. They were going to even try to fix the AO cooler, but they couldn't fix it. So after that specifically happened, from there on out, small businesses will help you out. And this is what I'm going to say about any company. Small businesses are not corporatized because they don't have a lot of money and they can't screw over their customers. Therefore, what they're going to do is going to try to compensate you or help you out as much as possible. Unlike Best Buy's situation, where Best Buy only cares about themselves. And if they have a few customers that come in with their warranty and say, oh, you know what? Oh, there's something wrong with it. 9 times out of 10, they want you to just buy a new one, or they just want you to walk out and get the hell out of their store, which is completely unacceptable. I had to void my warranty to my computer to get it repaired at another shop because I was just like, I'm done. I've had it. I'm done dealing with them. They're a terrible company. They don't honor their warranty at all. If they had fixed their warranty program, it would have been a lot better. Best Buy doesn't honor anything unless it's in that 14-day return period. Even then, Costco has a 90-day return period. I'm pretty sure Target has a 90-day return period. These companies have a way better return policy, and this is why I specifically tell you stay away from Best Buy because their warranties are just not true, and they lie and deceive customers, and it's completely wrong and not true, and just brutally just disrespectful and dishonest to their customers and not telling the truth. So the moral of the story, the take-home message that I want to tell you guys is don't buy through Best Buy warranty, at least for now, until they fix their warranties, if they ever do. But until then, stay away from the company and do not buy from them because they're going to lie to you and they're going to tell you every story in the book that they want to try to deceive you and try to get you from purchasing, their warranty through them and them telling you that everything's going to be fine when in reality it won't. So in the end of the story, realistically, go through small businesses. Do not go to Best Buy because they will screw you over, they will take your money, and they will leave, and they don't give a damn. So the moral of the story here is don't go through Best Buy, but specifically go through other companies that do help you out. Please listen to me, and I only have everyone's best interest at heart at the end of the day. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying these things that I am saying. And you know what? At the end of the day, realistically speaking, that's all you can do. I hope this video shed some light on the situation and helped you guys out. If you guys are new here, subscribe to my channel. I do video game uploading sometimes. I do photography, video editing, and I do a bunch of other stuff on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care and have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Oh, and Rami, FaceTime me after. This is something totally different, but FaceTime me after. All right, peace out, guys. Take care.